Okay, so I have another announcement. I don't know if you've been following some of my other stuff, but I am working on a new play called Rushin Better Fly. So the word rushing, like rushing around really quickly. Rushin is the first title of the play. So rushing, like we rush around really quick. Better as in being better, and then fly, which sounds like Russian butterfly. So this play is about fraud. I recently came across a New York Times article about scammers in Russia. I think 2004, 2011. There's a big market in scamming American men and using these Russian ladies and actually doing this, pouring their hearts out in emails to become like these new Russian brides. Now, it probably happens to a lot of abandoned men or men that are maybe separated. It took me a while because I subscribe to this Plenty of Fish. That's how I met my second wife. And Plenty of Fish actually led to my first 3 children. But Russian Butterfly, or what sounds like Russian Butterfly, or Russian Butterfly, is about this scheme, this fraud scheme that has been going on strong, and it's straight out of Plenty of Fish too. I would say about 80% of everybody on Plenty of Fish are scam artists, and it is coming from Russia. And I know this for fact that this scam is coming from Russia. Now I knew this probably when I first spoke to her, and the character, one of the main characters in the play, of course, is her name is Elle, and she is probably one of the best scam artists that I've ever read in my life. Now, with a companion piece with the play, I am going to publish all the letters, all the emails, kind of like how John Newton did with his wife Polly. And he published all those love letters. So this is her pouring her heart out in letters to win me over. And we're talking about pretty major fraud, some prison time on her end if she gets caught. I hope that she doesn't, because this information is very valuable to me. The letters go to about maybe 40 or 50 letters over a period of about 2 months, since April 9th, I believe. I had no real proof that she was fraudster. I figured that she was, and I had delivered her a letter talking about fraud because I worked in a bank for 5 years, and we had a fraud alert in our Western Unions. So this would be a fraud alert. The only thing the reason I was scammed wasn't because that I wasn't educated in the fact that there is fraudsters out there, especially coming out of Russia. Why I was scammed was because of her ability at writing. Okay, we're talking about this woman is very, very talented at writing. And one thing that she did that was the most skillful was that you could hear in her words and her letters that she was listening to me. And I was crying out in the fact that I had just been left by my wife and 3 children. And she would say things like, "Oh, I'm sorry that your wife left you. I'm sorry that you can't see your children." Or if I said something like, "It rained all night long and I had to do delivery," and she would say, "I'm sorry that it rained on you, my love." And she called me my sun, as in S-U-N, like sunshine. And I called her my butterfly. And we started this relationship. And I had to believe in it. The part of me that was human had to fall for it. But the banker in me for 5 years knew that this had to be a lie. My cutoff point was $1,500. So first she said she had to buy the documents. She had never done this before, and she wanted to come to America and meet me. But she needed documents that would cost $500, and that would be her tourist visa and her